At 9:10 a.m., 5 minutes before the exam was going to begin, Governor switched on the receiver of the microphone in his office. He is thinking of Evans and his position. He had already told Jackson to tell Evans about the microphone. Otherwise, also, Evans was so clever that he would have spotted it himself. The things that are going on in Governor's mind are that this was the day on which everyone was on an alert. Jackson and Stephens were on special duty on Evans. All the doors of the prison were locked and protected. All the prison staff was on alert, and a microphone was also fitted in Evans' cell. So, how could Evans escape? He could not. And if he had some plan of escape in his mind, he would not try it this day, because otherwise, if he had a plan to escape from prison, he had had a good opportunity when he used to go to recreation block to study, but he had not done anything. So perhaps Evans had no idea of escaping from prison during the exam, and Governor was thinking that they were overdoing things and there was no such need of so many precautions taken. Otherwise, Governor thought that there was no harm in switching on the receiver for a couple of an hour. Then, when Evans was being thought about by Governor, suddenly an idea came to his mind that they have searched Evans but not the invigilator. Invigilator McClary, who was coming from outside, perhaps he might have taken something with himself, and he might be carrying something that can be used by Evans to escape. Thinking this, Governor reached for phone. It was already 9:12, just 3 minutes before the exam was scheduled to begin. By that time, Evans and McClary was sitting opposite each other and they were preparing for exam to begin. Suddenly, Jackson, who received the governor's phone call, came to the cell door and asked McClary to come outside, and he told McClary that governor had ordered him to search McClary so that he should not be carrying anything objectionable with him.